Hey, everybody, it's Mark Schultz here, and we're here with another edition of Recovery in Aviation. And today, there's some exciting things that have happened today. In the last 9 days, we've actually had two very significant space launches. And the one this morning was with Blue Origin, and it was very exciting. And I have a entrepreneur with us today who has connections all throughout the aerospace industry, and he's going to be my guest today. And we're going to be talking about aerospace and how things like space launches are having a significant impact today on the aerospace industry. And so, without any further discussion, I'm going to bring in my business associate, Dean. Hey, good morning, Dean. How are you today?
Doing great, Mark. How about yourself?
Good, good. Hey, Dean, tell everybody really quickly who you are and what you do. I'll expound on that, but tell us that first of all.
Sure. Well, 30 years in the aerospace industry and manufacturing led me to become a publisher of the industry for Northwest Aerospace News Magazine. We also have Aerospace Vendors, which is basically a connection website. But we interview companies all throughout the aerospace industry, new space technology, UAV, UAS, commercial aerospace, military, and all of the companies that actually contribute to the manufacturing and the development of this wonderful aerospace industry that we enjoy.
Yeah, fantastic. Dean, we're going to come back to that in a minute, but, Dean is connected with, over 8,000 aerospace companies in the Pacific Northwest region, or really actually all over the place. And we wanted to have a discussion today about what's happening in the aviation aerospace industry. Hey, Dean, did you see the Blue Origin launch this morning?
Oh, man. Yeah, it's exciting.
What do you think? Did it make your blood start turning? Or
oh my gosh, I shared with somebody the other day, and I'll date myself. I was actually watching television when Neil Armstrong jumped out of the capsule and uttered his famous words. And to see in one lifetime from that to where we are today is just mind-boggling.
I know, it's just really incredible. And, it was really super interesting to me watching the launch today. Number one, the fact that there was a launch, but there's a couple of things I wanted to point out that I wanted to talk to you about is that the occupants of the launch today were Jeff Bezos, his brother, Mark Bezos. Okay. And then there was a woman on there, and her name was Wally Kroll, right? Is that what her name is?
Yep.
Wally
Yep.
Kroll? Okay. And 82 years old, and she was involved in the Mercury space program back in the
Right.
60s. And I heard on the news, I really haven't had time to fact check this, but I heard that she wasn't allowed to participate because she was a woman. Did you hear that? Or
yes, that's exactly right. And it's amazing between her and the 16-year-old that's on the flight. I mean, it's just.
He was 18, I think. Yeah.
Oh, 18. Yeah. Okay.
He was 18. Yeah. And I know, just amazing. An 18-year-old and an 82-year-old, in the flight. And, I was sitting there watching the countdown, and I saw the launch, and really, literally, it just gave me just a sheer excitement to see that, because just seeing a launch with 4 people in it that were not professional astronauts going into space. Wasn't that incredible, Dean?
Oh, yeah. And, just imagine, the repercussions of this. 18-year-olds, 16 to 20-year-olds. The inspiration that they have, that they can be a part of this. We're entering a time in aerospace history where the new technology, it's reshaping an entire industry right now. It's amazing. I mean, you think about it, and the youth of today entering the job market, what they're going to impact in the next 5 years or 10 years. It's just amazing.
It's amazing. And Dean, I also heard on the newscast this morning that was an automated launch.
Really? I didn't hear that.
Well, I mean, think about it. There's no professional astronauts in the capsule flying the capsule, right?
Right.
They were flying it. All right. It was an automated launch and re-entry. It was incredible. It just, to me, to think about that is that process. You had 2 businessmen, a professional aviator, and a young man, I don't know what his background was, in the capsule, that were launched up, spent a couple of minutes in space, and then came back again. Just totally incredible to me.
It is. I mean, you think about the kids with the video games and, being able to do that sort of thing from, planet Earth and control things up there in space. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Now, Dean, I want to get to the details that people watching out there want to really hear from us. Is that, hey, first of all, I want to just call out to people we always have people watching these broadcasts from all around the world, and I didn't have the comments up in front of me, but I have people all around out there watching the broadcast with us right now, and I wanted to just recognize you. If you're watching, just give us a shout out and tell us that you're watching. But here we have Janek coming to us from India. Welcome, from India, and we have a watcher from Rwanda, here today. Welcome. We also have visitors from Toulouse, France. That's fantastic. We always have people all around the world. It's so exciting. And then there's my former business colleague, Steve Feinberg. Hey, quick fun fact about Steve Feinberg. He and I used to work at Boeing, and we got chosen to go up in an aerobatic flight with Sean Tucker in the Oracle aerobatic flight airplanes. And so the two of us got to go up individually and actually do aerobatics over Whidbey Island in the Puget Sound. It was absolutely incredible. So, Steve, I'm really glad you joined us today. Good memories having worked with you in the past. And we have visitors from Brazil, and Matt Churches here is coming to us, frequently from the UK. Welcome, Matt. And it's just so great to have our visitors. And then we also have a visitor, Janice Bears from England. Hey, if you're out there and you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. We love knowing that. And if you have any questions, we're going to get into some interesting discussion right now about the aerospace industry. If you have any questions, throw them up. I can see the questions here in the comment box, and we'd love to be able to answer them. But Dean, I started out this broadcast by saying that you and your magazine, Northwest Aerospace News, do you have a copy of that by hand?
Yeah, I do, actually. This is the current edition of the magazine. Interestingly enough, there's a nice article in here. Get it in front of the camera.
Let me see if I can focus in on you real quick and let people see it. There you go. Go ahead. Tell us about it.
This article in the current edition is Aerojet Rocketdyne. And so we do cover a lot of new space technology. Leo Stella is in a issue just not too long ago. Upcoming issue that'll be out in the mail here in a couple of weeks has a space company called Explore. And so along with all aspects of the industry, we love the new technology that is coming along with new space.
Yeah, Dean, I really love looking at your magazine because it's just got a lot of really interesting articles, and you do interviews with people. And, but one of the key things that I'm impressed with by your publication is that you're connected with about 8,000 different companies in the region. Now, I assume that because you are, that you get a pulse of what's happening in the industry. I assume you get feedback from people, right?
Yeah, we do. It's pretty broad brush. Nobody's ever gone through what we've gone through the last year and a half between, the impact of issues with Boeing and the aerospace industry with MCAS, but then also COVID. It's been a challenge for a lot of companies, but it's been opportunity for companies as well.
Yeah, so Dean, we're seeing a tremendous amount of recovery happening right now, but that's a complex thing because we've seen recovery in certain sectors of aviation aerospace, and we've seen some constant growth, over the last 18 months. I wanted to just for a minute focus on those two things. For the viewers out there today, what are you seeing out there in the last 30, 60 days? What kind of changes are happening in aerospace that people might be interested in knowing about that would affect their business?
Well, there has been, I've been saying for a long time. I mean, you can look at bar charts and graphs and everything else about what the industry is, trying to predict what's going to take place. But I've always been a proponent of, the people are what drive the recovery in the industry. And, we've been locked up for a year and a half, and people are now able to go out and travel, which has exceeded the forecast. And so the aerospace industry is bringing airplanes that were in storage back in line. They're hiring pilots. Manufacturing is becoming stronger in certain sectors, as you say. There are challenges. There's challenges with the fact that they've furloughed a lot of people, and they've gone to other industries. They've gone to the new space technology or UAV, UAS, or military, which remained strong or stronger during COVID. And so it's hard to pull those resources back. So there's hiring issues, which is affecting production. There's some companies are doing very well. They're running overtime. Others are struggling. It really depends on their book of business right now.
Now, Dean, just you brought up hiring right now, and I know that you're even hiring right now because you're growing and expanding. And I recently spoke with one of your manufacturing customers recently, and he told me that they have a lot of orders coming in right now, and they're really growing, and things are really booming. And he said one of the big problems they have is getting qualified, skilled people really to come in and fill, and do the manufacturing and fill the orders. Have you seen that across the board?
Absolutely. I mean, right now, that's really the model. And so there's organizations like AJAC, which is the Aerospace Joint Apprenticeship Committee, where they are training. They're working hard to recruit people to train in the machining industry, which is really if you look at one industry that's struggling right now, it's to find qualified machinists, and that's pretty much across the board. But it's a challenge everywhere you look. Everybody's hiring.
Yeah. Hey, speak to that. I think that's really important what you just said. So I like to help people find solutions to their problems. All right. And so, all right, one area that people are having problems is finding qualified machinists. Now, tell me more about this organization and how they're training people, or how would somebody work with an organization like that? Are you familiar with that, or?
Yeah, if you want to do a search, it's AJAC, AJAC, and they work with companies that are looking to hire and education facilities to recruit people and train them. It's kind of an on-the-job training while working through a program to become certified, and it's a really strong program. I mean, I don't want to step in their place and tell you too many details, but right. Look up AJAC. And
AJAC, Very good, very good. Well, Dean, I also saw one of your recent posts on one of your articles in your magazine. You were featuring, hiring. And so can you tell us a little bit about what you were featuring as far as hiring was concerned in your magazine?
So on our website, again, trying to support the industry, we've created a job board, and we speak specifically to the aerospace industry. And so it's a free service that we're offering. You can go to northwestaerospacenews.com, all spelled out, and you'll see, post a job, fill out the form, and we'll not only post it on our website, but we'll also share it on social media. And we have nearly 6,000 followers in LinkedIn. And so we're happy to try and help place aerospace talent with aerospace companies.
Yeah, I think that's really appreciated. Thank you, because I think that's really needed, in the industry right now. So, hey, Dean, with the launch we saw 9 days ago with Richard Branson and Virgin Galactic, and this morning with very successful launch with Blue Origin, how do you think those things are impacting the space industry right now? Can you tell me sort of what you're seeing? You work with space companies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you seeing right now?
It's raised a level of excitement and opportunity. We speak a lot to, younger people. And today, when a young person sees what they see today, think of how inspiring that is. What's going to happen in the next 5 years or 10 years? The acceleration of technology is amazing right now. And these younger people, as they enter into engineering programs, manufacturing programs, they're going to have the pulse of significant change in the aerospace industry. Even you look at commercial aerospace, new fuel systems and new airframes, and the UAV, UAS market, and technology about traveling in unmanned vehicles. And you brought up this morning where nobody's behind the controls. Things are going to happen where you jump into a vehicle and you type in an address and sit back and wait. I mean, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable, and it's kind of what you can imagine is going to happen. I mean, it's amazing.
It's amazing. We've dreamed about this for 50 years, and it's just really amazing, to really see that. Hey, Dean, don't you have a vendor database or a vendor catalog? Don't you have a website that has a vendor catalog?
Yeah, Aerospace Vendors, and Aerospace Vendors is basically a repository for corporate information. So if you have you can have a free account, which is just basic, gives you a name, address, and an email contact. For a featured account, we give you basically a dashboard and a back room where you can put all of your corporate information. You can put videos, photos, documents, everything that you would need to be able to share with a client. And then one of the neat features that we're excited about there is that since you have a dashboard, you have a short code that you can copy, and when you're in a Zoom meeting or any meeting where you can put in a chat box your information, you can have your LinkedIn information already embedded in it, but it'll give somebody a very clear picture with one click of what you bring to the marketplace. And so that it kind of eliminates the need to investigate, your LinkedIn post and what it is that you do. So
I would kind of see that doing really two things. One is that would give vendors the ability to be able to get some information out about
right.
who they are and what they do. Okay, number one. All right. And number two is that if I'm in sales and if I'm looking for opportunities to create new business or reach out to new people, I'm going to use a directory like that, to make some contacts. I'm going to go look and go, who do I think out there could use my services or my products? And reach out to them, through a directory like that. And the third thing is, if I was looking for a job, I'd be going through that directory and saying, who could I network out there with, and look for a new, job opportunity. So I think there's a lot of great, capabilities that come from what you've done there.
Well, as you're aware, I mean, it's a new world when it comes to reaching out and sharing your resources. It's a digital world. And while there's going to be in-person events coming back, they're going to be smaller. People have now learned that they can work at home. They can work from their computer and not necessarily travel across the country. And so it's going to be a blended marketplace. But why not be able to share your complete company information as a introduction, as opposed to having somebody have to do the research? And so. We're very excited about Aerospace Vendors and what it brings to Northwest Aerospace News Magazine, because we distribute both print and digitally with Northwest Aerospace News, also offering video production services where we connect their video to both the digital magazine as well as through QR codes in the content in the magazine as well, which then they can embed the video into their Aerospace Vendors profile. So
I think the magazine is great. If someone wants to become a subscriber, tell us again, how do they do that?
Real straightforward. If you're outside of the continental United States, you click on the magazine itself and a little box will come up. You can subscribe to the digital version. If you're inside the continental United States, there's a subscribe free, fill out the form. It's a free industry trade magazine, and we'd be thrilled to mail it to you.
Mail it? Cool. That's great. Hey, Dean, we keep having people joining us. You said internationals. We keep having people join us from all over the world. Here's Bruno Santos from Madrid, Spain. Welcome, Bruno. And for the rest of you that I have called out, if you have any questions, for Dean or myself here, we're going to be taking some questions here. You can just throw them into the comment box. But Dean, while people are kind of doing that, I wanted to ask you something. Is that I know you have an event coming up. You are passionate about helping the aviation industry, just like I am. Okay, I'm passionate about helping the aviation industry. That's why I do things like this. All right, and I want to just communicate. I want to help people know what's happening in the industry and tactical actions they can take to be able to create success, or strategies they can learn from other people. And Dean, I understand that you have an event that you're doing and it's coming up. Can you tell us what that is and what it's really all about?
You bet. So we've all kind of adapted to a Zoom meeting world, right, in a number of different platforms. And while that's very positive, and we've learned a lot from a lot of experts in the industry, networking directly with companies has been a challenge. And so events have been canceled. You are not able to go out and hand somebody a business card. And so we do our best to network. But we've created an event through Aerospace Vendors and Northwest Aerospace News in partnership with the Inland Northwest Aerospace Consortium called Aero Networking. And it's this Thursday at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. It's a virtual meeting but it's a straight business to business roundtable speed dating networking event. Gives you the opportunity to share your company with, 6, 8, 10 people around the table, and they share their company with you, and then we pull everybody back and send everyone to another table. And so it's basically, contact information, learn a lot about a lot of companies. We're not going to have guest speakers or anything. It's just basically business to business networking.
Yeah, and Dean, I find that that's become a very efficient use of time. It used to be that I had to go fly somewhere and maybe meet with 1 to 2 to 3 and if I was really ambitious, 4 or 5 people when I would fly somewhere. But I've really found out that I can have meetings with people virtually and get a lot accomplished in a very short period of time. I mean, this morning already, I've had meetings with people in France, and I've had meetings with people in Canada, and now we're meeting right now, and we've actually connected, through this broadcast with people all around the world. This virtual connection is real. Okay, it's really real. And so, Dean, what is the cost of going to this event?
It's free. It's a free event, and we actually, Mark, have had people from overseas. Register for the event. So it is, we want to reach out. And so,
well, we have people registering for events in the U.S. all the time right now. And I'll tell you why. This is my interpretation is that, it's not easy to travel in and out of the U.S. right now. Okay. And people are constantly reaching out to me and saying, what's happening in the U.S. and can you help me reach people in the U.S. market? All right. And so if you're watching out there from an international location or destination, hey, listen, this is a great opportunity to be able to do some networking with, aerospace companies in the U.S. And, so Dean, they can just go to that URL right down here at the bottom, right?
Yep.
Scroll across the bottom of the page. And I'm going to put it in the comments as well. It's a short link there, and you just click on it, and people just register right there, and there's no charge, right?
No charge.
Okay.
And another thing, Mark, when we talk about the shortage of labor in the industry, what that facilitates is partnerships between companies. And so where you might have trouble getting your machine shop orders out the door because you don't have enough people behind machines, one solution to that is partner with another machine shop. So, there's a lot of opportunity meeting all of these companies and finding resources to help you do solid business.
That's really great. So, Dean, one more time, just say when the event is so that people can hear when it is.
It is this Thursday, the 22nd at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And just register to this link. You'll be sent a Zoom link, and we'd be thrilled to have you participate.
Fantastic. Thanks, Dean. Hey, Dean and I wanted to have this conversation today because it's right after the launch of the Blue Origin rocket, and we were really excited about it. And I do have regular broadcasts on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. So we actually have one tomorrow, and I'm going to have a guest speaker tomorrow, which I think you guys will really enjoy watching. So join us regular on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock. And I'm just bringing this special broadcast to you today because I wanted to bring Dean on because I personally am really excited about the aviation aerospace industry and what's happening and the growth and the opportunities that present themselves. And from a very young age, I've been excited about space travel, and it's just so exciting to see that, growing and see so many people participating in it. And if you are out there in the aviation aerospace industry, and if you are looking for new opportunities, you should be looking at how do I get into aerospace and support the space travel industry that's growing, so dramatically right now. Dean, hey, tell me one thing as we're getting ready to go. What's the most exciting thing to you about space travel coming up? Just tell me one thing.
Well, okay, we'll take a little sidebar here. So Sir Richard Branson has created I don't want to call it a lottery, a drawing that if you fill out all of the details, you might win a chance to fly in a future Virgin Galactic flight. So I have filled mine out. Mark, have you filled yours out?
I didn't even know that. I thought it was going to be $250,000 to.
No, he's got a drawing that you can be drawn to fly free in a Virgin Galactic flight. So I would jump at the opportunity. That would be an exciting day.
Super, super exciting. All right. Okay. Hey, listen, Dean, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And for all of you watching today, I just want to tell you again, fair winds and following seas, and have a great day. And it's an exciting time to be in aviation aerospace. Engage, help one another, join in the conversation, and let's work toward recovery in aviation. Have a great day, everybody. And I appreciate you being here. Thanks, Dean.
Thank you, Mark.
Bye now.